So as I have already mentioned you, the principle of management, nature and importance. Today I am going to explain Henry Fayol principle of management. There is 14 Henry Fayol's principle of management, from which I am going to explain first who is Henry Fayol and his date of the birth year and also the year of demise, which means the death year, and also when he published the book, and he is also the father of the management principles. So I will explain everything because this whole part is very important, which comes under multiple choice questions, 1 mark questions, and that can be very tricky also sometimes. So you will get 1 mark if you are very correct about this part, okay? And you know, the important part is when you are given long answers and short answer type questions, there may be you are given a 2 marks short answer questions, 5 marks to 10 marks of long answer questions. There you do not have the probability of always getting the whole mark, like 5 out of 5, 3 out of 3 or 10 out of 10. Less possibilities because there will be some deductions no matter how accurate you are. But in terms of multiple choice, you can directly get the marks if you are correct. So it completely depends on you, and please be very alert and like conscious when I'm explaining this part, because it can come like who is the father of administrative management theory. So I am gonna write it down here. Administration, okay? Administration management theory. Sorry, my handwritings are not so good. I'm very sorry about that. Administration, okay? Sorry. Administration management theory. So here it is written, he is called the father of administration management theory, okay? Now, who is Henry Fayol? He is a French industrialist and a mining engineer. So from engineering background and an industrialist, he have understood what are the requirements for management, and accordingly he have emphasized on these principles with experiment in real life practices. So as I have already mentioned, what is principle of management? With the help of experiment and observation, you implement practices. Cause and effect relationship, remember, he also have understood the importance, and accordingly he have changed his criteria to find out those 14 principles so that it can give an effective outcome to his practices. So leave that part now. Now you understand when he was born, Henry Fayol. 1841 he was born, and he unfortunately demised, as you can say, in 1925. So before he demised in 1925, in 1916 he have published the book in French language. Remember, he has published a book, first book, that is Industrial and General Administrative. Remember, he is the father of administration management theory. That means TION is there, but his book names comes under Industrial and General Administrative, TIV. Do not confuse these two, okay? You have to spell it out right, specifically in terms of this, because this is the name of the book. General, Industrial and General Administrative, okay? In 1916. In which language, if it is asked? French language, okay? And he is a French industrialist and also a mining engineer, okay? Now you can remember, I have explained it a lot, many times now. And in 1929, this book was translated into English. But you suppose if there is a question coming that his book was translated to which language in 1929? English. And in which year his book was translated from French to English? Then You will write 1929. Okay, and in which year French book was published? 1916. Yes. And which book? What is the name of the book? If it comes like that, Henry Fayol's book, Industrial and General Administrative. And who is the father of administration management theory? If that way questions come, what will you do? Henry Fayol. Okay, and Henry Fayol is called the father of what? If it is asked that way and options comes, then administration management theory. Remember that very clearly. Okay. So Henry Fayol found that activities of industrial organization could be divided into 6 or 7 parts. Like basically he have understood the importance of technical activity, commercial activity, like commercial activity, buying, selling, advertising, okay, then managerial, planning, organizing, stuffing, and then also comes the security, which means protecting the people and the property, right? Okay, financial activities, which is optimum utilization of the financial resources, that means capital. Okay, so I can see here it is written also that Fayol walks. What is the Fayol criteria for managers? So manager should have some criteria and qualities. So he says the qualities, mostly the qualities must be physical. He should have a good appealing personality, a good physique, and also should be mentally stable. Moral, that means dignity, loyal, okay. And then he also says quality should be general education. Apart from that, also technical education if it is a mining industrialist as per his practices. And also it is shown as experience in specialized. Specialized means you have to be specialized in certain area to be a manager. And then also you have to have special knowledge and experience to be a manager with good health, good moral, good mental health. These are also equally important. Okay, so management Fayol, with the help of these criteria, he have come with a conclusion of 14 principles. So from 14 principles, now I am going to make a chart of only 4 to 5 principles that I am going to explain in this video quickly. So after that I will explain the other part later on. So let me just quickly rub it up. Tell you one thing. What I did when I was very young and I was in 12th class. I did was I also always understand the meaning of the words. Okay, division of work. What do you mean by meaning? What does it mean? Division means separation of work. That means separating the work. That is what it is, division of work. Now I will explain you, and now you will be understanding how my general idea of the meaning actually has a very good connection with the exact principle of management theory. You will understand it well. So this is how I do the practice. I am just giving you my basic practice idea. This works a lot actually. Division of work. Okay, this is first principle. Fayol principle of management. So I am writing it down in short. And then this comes parity of authority and responsibility. Parity of authority and responsibility. I am writing it down in short. Okay. Discipline. And then unity of command. I have already explained as an example unity of command. What do you mean by command? That means order. Okay, what do you mean by unity? That means it should be about a team, right? That is talking about order, command, that means something, a authority, and also unity, that means a team. So you know now the meaning, right? So that way you can relate what exactly going to be the principle. It will become very easy for you if you understand that way. Discipline means what? It's a study, right? Discipline is a study. In proper practice, you were utilizing like in walking. Just simple, I'm giving the meaning only. Parity of authority and responsibility. That means authority means command, responsibility means taking the risk. So now, as I write it down in the chart, Fayol principle of management. First comes the division of work. Okay. Second comes parity of authority and responsibility. Third comes discipline. Fourth, unity of command. So as I have said, you need to understand exactly a simple meaning first of what these words mean. Division means separation. Work means day-to-day work. Okay, so division of work means separating works. Now you got the meaning. So that way I see, when I already told you one thing, that when I was a student I learned that way, so that I can understand first the meaning, and when I understand the meaning it becomes very easy for me to read, and then I'm done. I just have to read once what exactly his words of principle is and what exactly this meaning words means, and then that way I make the sentence. So this becomes very easy for me. I don't know how you prepare, but I am giving you just my views and knowledge that I have regarding how I prepared as a student. Okay, division of work here means that dividing the work into small sectors. That means he is saying that if the works are divided into small parts to each and every employee, they become specialized in those work, and when they work continuously, these divisions that is provided to them, they become very specialized and professional in working. So this is what is very important here, and that way the performance increases of the employees, efficient resources are also utilized, and organizational overall performance also increases if there is division of work. So I have already told you one thing. What do you mean by division of work? Separation of work. Now what Henry Fayol say? Same thing. Each and every individual should be provided work separately and limited work so that they can specialize, and every day when they are working those like work that is allotted to them, or practicing those works, they become specialized, yes, then they give good performance and they become very great. So now I will explain parity of authority and responsibility, which means that the equal amount of I will say the combination of the authority and responsibility. So Fayol says that you as an individual, if a task is being assigned to you, you should have the right to make decisions, also you should be given the authority, that is the power to make decision, make changes if it is required, and also to work together as a team to complete the task. Now what is responsibility? What is the meaning of responsibility? Like you are taking a authority and the responsibility to complete the task at the right time. It works simultaneously. Okay, if you are given the responsibility to work and complete the task, but you are not given the authority to make changes to complete the task effectively and efficiently, then it will not work. Principle of management of Fayol says that, I am giving you a simple example here. I am the manager here and I am not given the authority to make changes, but I have to finish the production, that is the finished good, okay, finished good, that is the production, within 1 hour. Now there is a possibility that it arises, there are some loopholes here in the operation. There are some loopholes in the operation. Okay, there are something, I would say, a machinery problem, or the labor was not coordinating, and I was not given the authority to make any changes required. Will I be able to complete the task that the responsibility provided to me? Will I? No, right? So what will you do in this case? In this case, the only thing that you can do is you need to have authority. So if you are provided the authority, you will right away make the change. You will placate the labor if he has some demands. If he is not able to do such things, there will be other workers who will do it, right? If there is any kind of expenses that is required to make the change in the machinery immediately so that you can complete the task in 1 hour, you will do that. How will you do it? If you are given the right and authority. So this authority and responsibility comes in hand, like it works simultaneously. So that is the principle of authority says. Principle of division of work, I have already said, you have to divide the work in limited amount so that they can be specialized in this work and they achieve the result, and organizational performance are increases because of their professionalism in working in those specialized areas only. Okay, both are the. So now comes the discipline. Discipline means that is all level of supervision should be done. That means supervision should be given in every level of work that is assigned, okay, by the supervisor. And if there is suppose a misconduct, then there should be penalty. Discipline means that in each and every level there should be fair and equal practices. And if there is any misconduct by any of the level of worker, you need to give penalty so that this kind of misconduct and mishappenings doesn't happen again. Because fraudulent activities are an offense, right? So you have to, as a supervisor, as a principal of management says, as a manager, you need to supervise those. And if there is any changes required, you have to make the changes and give penalties so that this kind of misconduct doesn't happen. In simple. Now comes unity of command, the last one. For the last one comes the unity of command. Command means to give order by only one boss. Unity, that means that suppose I am saying this is the subordinate, that is employees, and these are the lots of supervisors. So every supervisor giving different ideas, will the subordinate be able to follow the orders? No. So I am giving vice versa, is this is the superior and these are the subordinates. So will this work? Yes, because in hierarchy, in superior, that is one person, he knows what work says and he knows how to divide the work and what are the exact tasks that should be allotted. That way the subordinates will not be confused, which will exactly reduce the amount of confusion in the work, conflicts in the work. And what else is any kind of mistake that can be fixed immediately by talking directly to the superior by the subordinate. Time is also managed that way. So this is called unity of command, where when there is one boss and other subordinates are following one boss to reduce the conflicts and also to have effective utilization of resources in appropriate time. Okay. So what is the benefit? Here given subordinates will get the exact orders and the ideas of what to do. Okay. Responsibility will be fixed and then the instruction will be provided by one superior. There will be no confusion. It will be going to be the same instruction provided from time to time. Okay. Now the fourth comes is avoid conflicts with the superiors, which I have mentioned, and also confusion, which I have mentioned. So these are the benefits also. See, I am telling you, unity of command is very important. You can see this. This is how it is given. Okay. So for like if you want to attract the examiner, just also draw that this is the superior, like this one you can draw. Superior, this is, and these are the subordinate. For more such videos, do not forget to like, subscribe, and of course share the videos. Okay, bye bye, have a great day.